I have been busting my booty to make over my front porch for the Behr to DIY for contest. Okay, that transition didn't work, so you're gonna have to watch what I did. I started by power washing and planned to paint the concrete a cream color, but when I saw how many shades of Behr concrete stain there are, I changed my mind. Got this cute stencil thanks to overnight shipping, and I got to work the next evening. Look at this color. It's a terracotta shade that I hoped would be a nice contrast with the green siding. For the first one, I used a roller, but I switched to a stencil brush, which was definitely the way to go with this. Check out that face when I removed that first one. Success! I worked until the bugs got really annoying, and then I had to light my little citronella candle. That didn't work so well, so I got back to it early the next morning. I love how applying the stencil directly on the concrete gave a more subtle look than if I would have painted the stoop and then applied the stencil. Once I finished that and assured my husband that all would be amazing, I promised, I turned my attention to every front porch's must-have accessory, the doormat. With no real plan in mind, I cut some fern fronds from the yard and laid them on there, gently spraying over them. I was just praying that a breeze wouldn't come through and blow them away. The DIY gods were with me, and when it was time to remove them, I held my breath and was very thankful it turned out cool. Since I was in spray paint mode, I promptly repainted the garden stool a gorgeous metallic copper because every space needs some shimmer. Then I grabbed an empty paint can, drilled some holes in the bottom, and sprayed that too. More on that later. An old lantern basket thing and a concrete birdie were also not spared the spray paint treatment. The next day, I grabbed that paint can and turned it into a new planter for my porch. Hope that ivy survives with my black thumb. Things were coming together, but I knew the porch needed something else to make it special. Luckily, I found these cute lanterns. I gave them a couple coats of that terracotta spray paint, and I was instantly smitten. So I added twine to the handles, some solar light pucks inside, and hung them in front of my crazy 1970s side light. I put the porch back together and impatiently waited for the sun to move out of the way so I could finally try this transition again. I am in love with the greens and oranges, plus the mix of finishes gives it a cohesive but collected look. Thank you for watching. Thanks to Behr for hosting this contest, and send me good vibes for a win.